Hey guys, Jarek and Komodo here. I have some Halo 5 Team Slayer gameplay for you. This isn't anything fantastic, it started good and kind of ended meh. This was before I was even ranked, so I was kind of new to the game, so don't be expecting fantastic footage, but I actually want to talk about the Halo 5 campaign. Now, I think that 343 repeated a lot of issues that people had with the Halo 4 campaign, like expecting you just to know the lore of everything going on in the Halo universe. There were so many questions that were never brought up or ever explained when it comes to Halo 5. The immediate story made sense as to what was going on for the most part, but everything else, like, I don't know what's going on. What are these worlds I'm going to? Why are there more Spartan 2s now? I thought Master Chief was the only one. Why does Master Chief have a Spartan team now? What's this other Spartan team doing? Who is Locke? Like, who are these people? I know nothing about them. It's like the game just sort of expects you to know. And that can be said for everything in the game. They expect you to just know. They expect you to read the books and really follow with what's going on, which, let's be honest, vast majority of us we're not going to do that. Most of us want to play the game. And I do respect the Halo franchise, the universe. It's legitimately interesting, but it's not interesting enough for me to read a book.
Now, I've read a couple of the books. I read, I think it was Fall of Reach and whatever. Doesn't matter at this point. I went into Halo 4. I had no idea what was going on when I actually, ran into the Didact. From what I've been told, I'm going to have the same experience with this game because there's a bunch of books or there's something that I'm not caught up on that isn't in the games. And I'll even admit, I haven't really played a Halo game since, Reach. I'm really far behind, and I feel like there's no way to catch up at this point.
Yeah, it just kind of... I don't know why they expect people to know. Now, the immediate story, like I said, makes sense, but all the people in it, I don't know these people. The boss that you have to fight is like, I'm supposed to know who the Warden is? Who is this person? What is this thing? I don't understand. So, that comes up. But as far as the gameplay goes, the gameplay is fantastic. The art design, I want to talk about the art design for a moment. They do a very good job kind of fleshing out the graphical sections of the art design. Like, the worlds you go to look like alien worlds. They look like you are completely foreign to that place. And they did a really good job with the art in general. A lot of times I ended up stopping and looking at like a large guardian off in the sky or something like that. Like, the game looks great, despite the fact that it has horrible jaggies all over the place. It does run at a constant 60 frames per second, which is nice. So I guess you're having to... The way the game apparently works is that it scales the resolution down. If the frame rate is going to take a hit, it will scale the resolution down a little bit to make it maintain 60 FPS. Which is interesting, and I would rather have it not have to do that, but unfortunately with the Xbox One there's no way to have it not do that, so you can't just have the PC response of whatever, I'll just have both. But I'll take 60 FPS over constant 1080p. For the most part I didn't notice, but occasionally there were some bad jaggies. Getting off topic, art design is great. Art design is fantastic. Some of the stuff looks really weird. Like, the Scorpion tank looks like a fucking Mega Block tank, in my mind. Like, seriously, that's what it looked like. I'll have to show you afterward, but...
Honestly, I laugh because, Mega Blocks is the main one doing
Yeah, people
the
told me
Halo
that, too.
toys.
I actually said that unintentionally, and someone in the stream chat told me that. But yeah, it's a lot of the art designs are weird. The Arbiter he lifts now. Like, my goodness, he got so bulky. So, I mean, the art design's different, but I actually really like it in general. It's pretty good. The gameplay is a lot more vertical. They let you fully use the new options you have as a Spartan. So, that much I like. But a lot of the levels were very hit and miss, which has sort of always been a problem with Halo, but it's a problem with this Halo game for different reasons. And by that, I mean, a lot of the levels aren't fun, not because the level design is bad, but because you're fighting Prometheans the whole time. And Prometheans, to me, were not fun. They were incredibly repetitive. The enemies, a lot of them were actually really tanky, which is just tedious and obnoxious to fight tanky enemies. They do the obnoxious thing of having you fight the same fucking boss 5 times in the game, and the last time there's 3 of him fighting you at once. Now you're adding in filler to the game. This is not fun. And the worst thing about this boss is that it has a weak spot on its back, so if you're playing co-op, it's not a problem. But if you're playing single player, he never turns his back to you. Even though you have friendly AI, you tell him to go behind him, he won't even look at them. He'll just keep shooting at you instead. It is so obnoxious. I absolutely hate that boss. It was just not fun. And the last level itself really did feel like filler. There was a lot of points where it's like, hold on, I'm going to open this door, fight some more enemies. Did that like 3 or 4 times in a row. So some of the levels were just god awful and annoying. But other levels were really, really good. I found myself really enjoying the levels we were fighting the Covenant with. So that's there. They vaguely explained why you're fighting Covenant. Apparently there's a civil war happening on St. Helios, and Arbiter is friendly, and they have friendly sections of Covenant, so that is explained briefly, enough to make you not confused, but they don't really fully go into it. I would like to see a Halo game fully focusing on that. That would be interesting. So, yeah, there's that. Okay, it's gonna become spoiler time. I'm not gonna talk about spoilers for the entire video, so you don't need to leave yet. I can sum up the story. The story itself is bleh. I can sum up the story in 1 sentence. I will add this in later so I don't spoil it for you either, Komodo. Skip forward 30 seconds or so if you don't want spoilers. Too long didn't read, Cortana is Skynet. That's it. That's literally the entire story. I literally just ruined the entire story for you. So, really, the whole point I'm saying is that don't really go into Halo 5 if you're looking for a deep, rich story. Go into it if you're looking for more gameplay. Like, legitimately good gameplay, and you should be fine. And if you're looking to play single player only, honestly, probably shouldn't even buy it. The multiplayer is fantastic, but the single player is, I would maybe give it a 7. Like, it's playable if you have the game, but it's not going to make me want to go out of my way to buy the game.
You just kind of, that's a deal breaker.
Well, I mean, I play a lot of multiplayer. Like, most people play Halo for the multiplayer. And
I play it for the story.
If you play everything for the story, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't ignore the huge, like, competitive scene that Halo has had. Halo 4 kind of fucked it up. But Halo 5 definitely brought it back. And I'll talk about this in the next video. But note that the multiplayer is very good. The single player, I'm ragging on it a lot, but you can play it and enjoy it. I just felt like that I'm focusing on the negative because to me that's what stood out more than the positive, which I guess is just how people want to bitch. So that's how people look at it. I enjoyed it, but there definitely was some negative sides to the story. But if you want it for the multiplayer, absolutely 100% get it. The multiplayer is great. So there's been a video about Halo 5. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.